Ryan Garcia, the charismatic young boxer with a lightning-fast left hook and a social media following that could make pop stars envious, was on top of the world. He had just secured a hard-fought victory against a tough opponent, adding another win to his undefeated record. From his early days as a Golden Gloves champion to his professional debut at 17, Garcia captivated audiences with his speed, power, and undeniable showmanship. He quickly became a fan favorite, his fights must-see events, his social media accounts buzzing with millions of followers. Endorsement deals with major brands followed, cementing his status as not just a boxer, but a global icon in the making. Garcia's boxing style was as captivating as his personality. He possessed a rare combination of speed, power, and precision, his left hook a thing of beauty and terror. His fights were often explosive affairs filled with highlight reel knockouts and breathtaking combinations. He was a fighter who embraced the spotlight, thrived on the pressure of high-stakes bouts, and seemed destined to become one of the biggest stars in boxing history. The news hit the boxing world like a thunderclap, sending shockwaves through the sport and leaving fans reeling in disbelief. Ryan Garcia, the undefeated lightweight sensation, had tested positive for a banned substance. The news broke just days after his latest victory, casting a long shadow over his achievement and throwing his future into turmoil. The substance, a performance-enhancing drug, was found in a sample provided by Garcia during a routine drug test. Garcia, through his representatives, vehemently denied any wrongdoing, proclaiming his innocence and vowing to clear his name. He insisted that he had never knowingly taken any banned substances and promised to cooperate fully with any investigation. Fans, torn between disbelief and disappointment, took to social media to express their shock and confusion. Some rallied behind their hero, expressing unwavering support and faith in his innocence. Others, however, felt betrayed, their trust shaken by the allegations. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, one thing was clear. Garcia's career, once on a trajectory toward superstardom, was now hanging precariously in the balance. The fallout from Garcia's positive drug test was swift and severe. The Boxing Commission immediately suspended him, pending a full investigation into the matter. His upcoming fights were canceled. Sponsors began to distance themselves, and the once bright spotlight of fame dimmed considerably. Garcia, once a ubiquitous presence on social media, became noticeably quiet. His once vibrant Instagram feed, usually filled with training videos, fight announcements, and glimpses into his glamorous life, fell silent. As days turned into weeks, speculation and rumors swirled. Experts debated the potential consequences, legal analysts weighed in on the strength of Garcia's case, and former boxers shared their own experiences. Through it all, Garcia maintained his innocence, vowing to fight the allegations and clear his name. The news of Ryan Garcia's positive drug test sent ripples of shock and disappointment throughout the boxing community and beyond. Fans, who had celebrated his rise to stardom and admired his electrifying style, grappled with a mix of emotions. Social media platforms became battlegrounds for heated debates, with some expressing unwavering support for Garcia, while others voiced their anger and betrayal. The incident reignited the age-old debate about performance-enhancing drugs in sports, particularly in boxing. Critics pointed to the incident as yet another example of the sport's failure to address a persistent problem, while others argued that Garcia deserved a fair hearing before judgment was passed. The boxing world watched and waited, eager to see how the situation would unfold and what impact it would have on the sport and one of its brightest stars. Ryan Garcia's world, once filled with the roar of the crowd, the thrill of victory, and the promise of championship belts, had shrunk to the confines of a legal battle. His career, which had been soaring to unimaginable heights, was now grounded, its future uncertain. The positive drug test had cast a long shadow over his achievements, leaving his legacy hanging in the balance. Sponsors, once eager to align themselves with his rising star, became noticeably distant. Endorsement deals, a lucrative aspect of a successful boxer's portfolio, were put on hold. The boxing ring, once his sanctuary, now represented a battleground of a different sort. Instead of facing opponents, he was now fighting for his career, his reputation, his very future in the sport he loved. Even with his proclamations of innocence, a shadow of doubt had been cast over Ryan Garcia's career. The positive drug test had planted a seed of uncertainty in the minds of fans, critics, and opponents alike. The court of public opinion, a fickle and unforgiving judge, often renders its verdict long before any official pronouncements. And for Garcia, the verdict seemed to be one of suspicion, of skepticism, of a presumption of guilt until proven innocent. Opponents, both past and future, seized on the opportunity to sow seeds of doubt. Previous opponents questioned the legitimacy of their losses, suggesting that they had been competing on an uneven playing field. For Ryan Garcia, the road to redemption, to clearing his name and restoring his reputation, promised to be a long and arduous one. Ryan Garcia's positive drug test, unfortunately, was not an isolated incident. It served as a stark reminder of the persistent issue of performance-enhancing drugs in boxing, a problem that has plagued the sport for decades. The lure of fame, fortune, and the desire to gain a competitive edge can be powerful motivators, leading some athletes to make questionable choices. The physical demands of the sport, the brutal nature of training, and the constant pressure to win can also contribute to a culture where shortcuts are sought and risks are taken. The regulatory landscape of boxing, fragmented and often inconsistent, has also contributed to the problem. Different governing bodies, varying testing standards, and loopholes in the system have made it difficult to effectively police the use of performance-enhancing drugs. The lack of a unified, independent anti-doping agency has further hampered efforts to clean up the sport. The consequences of this ongoing issue are far-reaching, undermining the integrity of the sport and eroding the trust of fans. The pursuit of athletic excellence often comes at a price. Athletes, driven by an insatiable desire to push their limits, sometimes find themselves facing a Faustian bargain. Performance-enhancing drugs, with their promise of increased strength, endurance, and speed, can seem like a quick fix. But the use of these substances comes with inherent risks, both to an athlete's health and to the integrity of the sport. The long-term consequences of doping can be devastating, leading to serious health problems, career-ending injuries, and even death. Beyond the physical risks, there is a significant moral and ethical dimension to the use of performance-enhancing drugs. Ryan Garcia's positive drug test, while a blow to the sport, also served as a stark reminder of the importance of athlete welfare. The incident sparked conversations about the immense pressure athletes face, the temptations they encounter, and the support systems needed to help them make responsible choices. It highlighted the need for a more holistic approach to athlete development, one that prioritizes both physical and mental health. The win-at-all-costs mentality can create an environment where athletes feel pressured to compromise their health and well-being in pursuit of victory. Creating a culture of support and education is crucial. Athletes need access to comprehensive information about the risks of doping and the importance of prioritizing their health. As the investigation into Ryan Garcia's positive drug test unfolded, one thing became clear. The road to redemption, if he was indeed innocent, would be long and arduous. The court of public opinion had already rendered its verdict, and Garcia found himself fighting an uphill battle to clear his name and salvage his career. The first step in this journey was to cooperate fully with the investigation, providing any and all information that could shed light on the circumstances surrounding the positive test. Transparency was paramount. Garcia needed to be open and honest with his fans, his sponsors, and the boxing community about what had transpired. Beyond cooperation and transparency, Garcia needed to demonstrate a genuine commitment to anti-doping in boxing. The future of Ryan Garcia's career remained uncertain, shrouded in the aftermath of the drug test scandal. The outcome of the investigation, The severity of any potential sanctions, and the public's willingness to forgive and forget, would all play a role in determining his fate. If cleared of wrongdoing, Garcia would face the daunting task of rebuilding his reputation and regaining the trust of fans and sponsors. This would require a sustained commitment to transparency and a dedication to proving that he was a clean athlete. A suspension, however, would be a significant setback, potentially derailing his career. Regardless of the outcome, the experience would undoubtedly leave an indelible mark on Ryan Garcia.